Good morning students, myself Anup Kumar and I am again here dear, and it is my second video of this chapter 10 profit and loss. And in previously video dear, I have already explained you the formulas of the profit and loss, definition related to profit and loss and some examples. So now students, today the topic is different. Sometimes if you are going to buy something from at some distance, because market can be not nearest to your house, it can be far away from your home, okay, so in that case you have to pay some extra cost, that is transportation cost. And sometimes if you want to buy some second hand articles, in that case you have to repair that articles, so that repairing cost is also, so this is called overheads. So the topic is related to this one, overheads, and we will solve some more examples related to it. Okay. So now let's start. Now, definition of overheads. During purchasing of an article, we pay some extra money for things like transportation cost, labor charges, repairing of articles, etc. and etc. And these extra expenses are called overheads. What will be the formula of overheads? Here you can see, to get final cost price, we add these expenses in previous cost price. It means the price which you have purchased, and you will add it, the overheads, it means the transportation cost, labor charges, extra etc. and etc. Then you will get the total CP, and this total CP you have to use to solve the question. Okay. So now let's solve some question related to it. Now, first question. Ravi bought a table for rupees 6,150. It is the cost price. But he spent rupees 350 on its repairs because he has bought a second hand product. So then he sold it for rupees 7,000 after again. So find his gain or loss percent. So at first let's write what is given. Given price of table rupees 6,150. Overheads, that is the repairing cost, 350. So SP of table 7,000. Now at first, to get the final CP, total CP, we will add both, it means price of table and overheads. It will be 6,500, and clearly you can see CP is still less than SP. Okay, so SP is greater than CP, it means there is a gain. So what is the gain? Gain equals to SP minus CP, that is 7,000 minus 6,500, it will be rupees 500. So Ravi will gain rupees 500. Okay, now we have to find the gain in percentage. So the formula of the gain percentage is what? Already we have know that gain percent equals to gain by CP into 100%. Put the value, gain 500, CP, total CP, not the previous CP, 6,500 into 100. Now 20 will cancel, 5 13 times. So 100 by 13, you can convert it into decimal also, or you can convert it into fraction also. So 9 by 13% will be the gain percent. So I hope that you all have understood this question. Now let's do some more questions. Now the question is that first type of tea, there are two types of tea. First type of tea costing rupees 150 per kg, and the shopkeeper has mixed it with the second type of tea whose cost per kg is rupees 50 in ratio 3:2 for a certain blend. Okay. So now if the mixture was sold at rupees 220 per kg, we have to find the net gain or loss percent. So let's see. At first let's assume that weight of first type of tea is 3x kg, because it is in ratio. So 3, then we will multiply it with x, so 3x kg, and weight of second type of tea 2, it means 2x kg. Done. And we already know that to find the final cost price, simply if you are going to buy something, if you want to buy 1 pen and the cost of 1 pen is 5, you have to buy 10 pen, then 5 into 10, simply you are going to multiply it. So weight of first type of tea is 3x kg and the cost per kg 150. So to get the total CP, weight of the mixture will be what first? Weight of the mixture will be 3x plus 2x 5x kg. Now case 1. CP of 5x kg mixture, it will be what? CP of first type of tea plus second type of tea. So what will be the CP of first type of tea? It will be 3x into 150, and the second type of T 2x into 50, because first type of T costing 150 which will multiply with 3x, and second type of T rupees 50 which will multiply with 2x. So 3 into 150 450x and 50 into 200x. It means rupees 550x will be the cost price of total mixture. Okay, now but he sold this at rupees 220 per kg. So in case 2 SP of 5x kg mixture 220 per kg. So 220 into 5x, it means it will be rupees 1100x. So now we have got the CP of whole mixture and SP of whole mixture, and clearly SP is greater than CP, so there is a gain. So here we can use formula gain equals to SP minus CP. 1100x minus 550x, it means it will be rupees 550x. So now we have got the gain. So now we will apply the gain percent formula, which is gain by CP into 100%. So now 550x is the gain, and again CP is also 550x. So both will clearly cancel. So what is left? Only 100%. It means the shopkeeper will gain total 100% profit, full profit. Okay. So I hope that you all have understood this question. Now, question number 3. A shopkeeper purchased 20 pens for rupees 125 and sold them at rupees 90 per dozen. Find his gain or loss percent. We have to find the value in percentage clearly, but here you can see that the number of quantity of pen is not same. CP of 20 pen, but CP of 12 pen, SP of 12 pen, dozen now. Okay, so at first what we will do in this question, the quantity should be same. So CP of 20 pens is 125. Then what will be the CP of 1 pen? Rupees 125 by 20. Okay, we will find the value in same quantity, and since it is in percentage, no matter that the value is for 20 pen or 1 pen, no matter. Okay, so now rupees 25 by 4. Now the SP of 1 dozen, it means 20 pens, is rupees 90. So what is the value of 1 pen? SP of 1 pen, rupees 90 by 12. If we will reduce it, we will get 15 by 2. Okay, so now CP of 1 pen, SP of 1 pen we have got. Both the quantity is same now. So you can see that which one is greater. Here SP is greater. How can we know that SP is greater? 25 by 4 and 15 by 2. It is in fraction, so cross multiplication 25 into 2 50 and 15 into 4 60. It means this one is greater. It means SP is greater. Okay. So now let's find the gain. SP minus CP, 15 by 2 minus 25 by 4. LCM 4. Then 30 minus 25, it will be 5 by 4. Rupees 5 by 4 is the gain. We know the gain. The gain percent we can find by applying the gain percent formula. So gain percent equals to gain by CP into 100%. Gain is what? 5 by 4. CP is 25 by 4 into 100. Okay, both has denominator. So the denominator of denominator will go in numerator, and the denominator of numerator will come in numerator. Denominator. Done? 4 will cancel. 5 ja 25 and 5 20 ja 100. It means the total overall gain will be 20%. Okay. So I hope that you all have understood. 4. If the CP of 10 books is equal to the SP of 8 books, there is a comparison between CP of 10 books and SP of 8 books. Both are equal. So we have to find the net gain or loss percent. In that question, dear, always assume. You can assume CP and SP both, but you can assume CP first. So CP of 1 book you can assume X. Then what will be the CP of 10 books? It will be, we will find 18 books. No. We will find up to 8 books because we have assumed CP. So according to the quantity of SP we will go. So the quantity of SP is 8. So we will find the CP of 8 books first. Because here you can see in this question there are two quantities, 10 books and 8 books. But since we have assumed CP, so now we will go to the according to the quantity of SP. Okay. So 8 books we will take. So CP of 8 books 8x. So, and given is what? That CP of 10 books is equal to SP of 8 books. Okay. So CP of 10 books 1 book x, so 10 books 10x. It means this is equal to SP of 8 books. And clearly you can see CP of 8 books is 8x and SP of 8 books is 10x. Which one is greater? Clearly SP is greater, so there will be a gain. Okay, so to find gain, we will apply the formula SP minus CP. It means 10x minus 8x, it will be 2x. Now we have got the gain. So now gain percent we have to find. So gain percent equals to gain by CP into 100%. Gain is 2x and the CP is 8x into 100%. X will cancel. 2 1 ja 2 and 2 4 ja 8 and 4 25 times. So that overall gain percent will be 25%. I hope that you all have understood, everyone. So now you have to do some assignment work at your home. In R.S. Agarwal book, you have to complete exercise 10A, question number 6 to 12, and you have to learn the concept of overheads also. Okay, students? So thank you.